Open letter to feminists on International Men's Day. This is a letter for the feminists out there that roll their eyes, snicker, or scoff at even the thought of an International Men's Day. Each year International Men's Day chooses a theme, such as these examples from the past 5 years. 2011. Giving boys the best possible start in life. 2012. Helping men and boys live longer, happier and healthier lives. 2013. Keeping men and boys safe. 2014. Working together for men and boys. 2015. Working to expand reproductive options for men. Pretty misogynist, wife-beating, and oppressing stuff, wouldn't you say? But now you feminists have officially crossed the line. Your movement is responsible for killing a man. Not directly, but by proxy, which is typical of your gender. York University in Britain announced it would not be marking International Men's Day, after pressure from feminist campaigners. This is not horrific in itself. Just feminist politics as usual. What is horrific is this. The announcement that the university would not mark International Men's Day came less than 24 hours after a male student at that very same university committed suicide. I simply do not have words for this. Nor can I seem to find the words to express my rage. It was no secret that the Men's Day organizers had planned to focus on the skyrocketing rates of male suicide. The feminist campaigners all signed a letter stating deep concern about a recent decision by the university to support and mark International Men's Day. They had the stunning audacity to write that the official website for International Men's Day did not seek a dialogue on issues with women's equality campaigns. Excuse me, this Men's Day is about men, not women. It is not about seeking feminist approval. How can a men's group even begin to seek this dialogue when the very group requesting this dialogue does not want this day, which is practically just symbolism, to not even exist? Why does everything have to be about you? The letter goes on to accuse the website as not understanding issues around masculinity. At what point did women become experts on men? The closing remark in the letter stated the phrase gender equality is for everyone, echoes misogynistic rhetoric that men's issues have been drowned out by the focus on women's rights. So let me get this straight. It is misogynistic to say gender equality is for everyone. Or are you finally coming clean that women's rights are, in your view, far superior to men's rights? The letter goes on to say we believe that men's issues cannot be approached in the same way as unfairness and discrimination towards women, because women are structurally unequal to men. Oh, so now they are openly stating that we need unequal approaches based solely on gender. What part of the definition of the word equal do these cultural Marxist idiots not understand? This is very rich coming from feminists who one would think would be experts on sexism. But I guess it's only sexism, if a man does it. This is tragic evidence that feminism is a misandric cult that wants to harm men's interests in any way possible. It's all about censorship and control. You are no better than jihadists. Feminists, as far as I am concerned, the gloves are now off. If anyone can tell me how using International Men's Day to talk about men's mental health is either A, a bad thing, B, disrespectful to women, C, harmful to equality, D, regressive, then by all means, go ahead. This video contains the full list of 194 signatories featured alumni, professors, and students. Of the 180 names which are clearly not unisex names, the overwhelming majority, 135, are female. Imagine the outrage if a similar letter was penned against International Women's Day, with the majority of signatories being men. This, ladies, is called female privilege, and you are incredibly blind to it. Place yourselves in the shoes of a male student at York that did not want to give his name to a reporter because he feared an army of fembots on his back. And what did he say to the reporter that could be so provocative, and incur your wrath? Here is what he said. As a student currently going through a rough time and struggling a bit with mental health, I think it's sad to know that the university isn't willing to address these issues, given that the biggest killer of men under 45 is suicide, and that it effectively doesn't care. There you have it, feminists. The comment is not misogyny, it's not toxic masculinity, it's not patriarchy. It's the brutal fact that you just do not care. Your empathy gap is a mile wide and a mile deep. It takes a special kind of stupid for feminists to think their cause deserves sympathy when there is not an ounce of reciprocity. I'm not going to buy your excuses like not all feminists are like that. And I certainly will not accept some cop-out that the man who committed suicide was simply troubled to begin with. I believe you feminists would call that victim blaming, correct? I implore anyone who believes in real equality to never hire the people on this list. I would go so far as to say that if you are an organ donor, to insist that no one on this list is eligible for your gift of life. If you personally know any of these heinous individuals, I ask you to call them out on Facebook, LinkedIn, and any other social media. Ask them if they attended the funeral of the student that killed himself, and if not, ask them how they can sleep at night. Ask them why they hate men, and if they say they do not hate men, ask them for proof. Anyone who calls themselves a feminist, whether female or male, count on the following from me. I will ridicule you. I will mock you. I will openly disrespect you. I will challenge every statement you make. I will call you out on every YouTube video you make. I will call you out on every article you write. I will continue to bring attention to stories like this to anyone and everyone that will listen. But worst of all is this. I will educate people on what kind of scum you really are. And when the pendulum of political correctness starts to swing the other way, I would not want to be in your position.